Welcome to Crafty Hints. I'm Chantel. Again, I'm so happy to have you here today. I can't believe I'm doing more Christmas in July. All right, I started out with these Hippo water slide decals. I just printed them out on my inkjet printer, and then I gave it 3 coats of that matte clear spray. And then I found these tiles. These were the ones from... I think these were from Menards. I got some from Home Depot also. The ones from Home Depot are a little bit bigger. So you'll just want to check out your hardware store. And I just peeled them off the backing. Now I'm trimming this out just to make sure that it gives it just a little bit of space off the edges so that it slides. I've got my bowl here of warm water. And so I, of course, got to double check this, make sure it doesn't go off the edge. And then when I drop it in the bowl of water, I'm only going to have to leave it for about 30 seconds. And then it becomes loose off of the backing. I'll have a link down below if you are interested in water slide decals. I got them off of Amazon. And there, it does fit. But I've used them for all different projects. I've used them on glass. I've used them on plastic. You name it, they work pretty well. And when you're sealing it, you're really just sealing in that ink so that your ink doesn't run. All right, I had a little bit of water on there, and now I just pull this out. And see how it slides around just a little bit? It lets you reposition it. It's pretty forgiving as long as you're not, too tough with it. Now I'm taking a paper towel and getting that excess water out so that it can dry and fully adhere to my tile. Now, once this was dry, I give it maybe an hour or so just to make sure it's totally dry. You could give it a coat right on the tile so that the shines matched up perfectly. I didn't do so. I made this cute little wreath with some graphics from design bundles. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon, but it's dry. It's all adhered there. It's looking nice. And these will be some great gift toppers. Oh boy, I guess my family will know what their gift toppers are a little bit early, but this is why I do Christmas in July. Give you a couple of ideas, gives you a little bit ahead of the game. And I'm going to decorate these just a little bit different. I use this cheap ribbon from Walmart. It's like 50 cents. It's just over with all of their ribbons. And this one's nice and thin. Okay, on this one, I'm just going to wrap the top and the bottom. I simply did a dot of glue on the back and then on the side, wrapping it around, and then I'll finish adhering it. Now, you could also add some felt or some cardstock or something if you wanted to cover up the back of these. You could definitely do that as well. I didn't think it was necessary. They don't look bad on the back. All right, now I'm just attaching my little hanger, and this one's about done also. So they're just that easy. And the font that I have there, I also had purchased in a big bundle of fonts. They have them at such a good price. Here and there, they have huge font sales. But this was in a bottle, and it was called Sunkisa. I will show that down below so that if you want to look for that font. But it's a really pretty font. Now I'm just choosing to decorate one of the other tiles with my Posca paint pen. You could also use some acrylic. Aren't these pretty? Which one is your favorite? I kind of like that believe. Isn't that pretty how it just intertwines? All right, let's get to DIY 2. I started out with this little house calendar. It has the months and the dates. And I've got another idea for Christmas. And first I thought, oh, I'm just going to heat up this glue and pop this off nice and easy off the front. This glue was industrial glue. It wasn't happening. It was holding on to that paper there, so that's fine. I will just take off all of the paper. And if you have a tough time peeling it off, you can also just put like a wet washcloth or paper towel on top, and that'll help lift it off. Now, I was going to put this on the front until I accidentally traced it the wrong way because I was going to trace it from the back, but no worries. I will just attach this to the front. My back looked nice anyways. All right, using my glue stick, I'm going to attach the cardstock. I think that this will be a fun little decoration. This could go on a tiered tray. This could go on a little shelf. But I think this just turns out adorable. Super simple. All right, now the months, I'm just going to glue this together. I'm not going to use the months. I didn't want that too thick. I wanted them to squeeze together there. And then the one, I'm going to paint over this. So I took one of the smallest amount of letters. I chose July because it has nice smooth finish and a small amount of letters. Now I'm going to take another Posca paint pen. You could use acrylic paint, whatever you have on hand. But my paint pens are only, they're within arm's reach. But this one had just a tiny bit. It must have hit red or something. So just going to go over this, and I painted right over July. Just as simple as that. And after that dried, I decided to go around the edges of my scrapbook paper just with a Sharpie. I liked that so much that I also decided to come in with my Artisto paint pen, but you could just use probably a bigger Sharpie on the edges of the wood behind the scrapbook paper right here. So a Sharpie would have worked fine. All I could see at my fingertips was my small one, so I went to the Artisto paint pens. But I also got the Posca and the Artisto off Amazon. So I'll just list those below in my description box. Now this is one of those little wooden dominoes. On the other side it has paper. You'll see in a minute when I glue it on. Then I used my Cricut and put Sleeps Until Christmas. Oh, how cute will this be? You could use a white paint pen. You could write it in a chalk marker, stickers, etc. I have my Cricut, so that's what I chose to use. But if you like your handwriting or you want to trace it on there first, you could do that too. Again, embellish it how it makes you happy. See, this is one of those dominoes from the Dollar Tree. I also got this little calendar at the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, I don't remember if I said that. I was going to use one of those little chalkboards that come on the clothespin, as you can see it there. It wasn't quite big enough. I wanted it to make a bolder statement. I would also suggest, because mine had just a little bit of glue on the top that I could see there, double check which side looks the prettiest to have on top. Not the backing, but the very top of it. I don't think it catches it on camera, but it caught my eye, and I just went back over it with a little bit more black paint, and it was fine. Now let's just plunk these in here. And you could put this white on the top or the bottom, but there it is. I thought about making a tiny little wreath, or if you had a little wreath, you could put that up above, but I liked it simple. What do you think? So fun. All right, the theme that I'm going with, baby, it's cold outside. No, it is 90 degrees here right now. Rustic and Lace, Krista's Crafty Life, Monner's Market. We're all the hosts today of this collab. Krista's normally our host, but she said, hey, let's all be a host. So we're collabing and there'll be a playlist below. Okay, I grabbed these mittens last winter and held on to them. I just knew that I could make a craft with them. Okay, so then I thought I want these mittens to have, just more of a country feel to them. So I'm going to cover up the blue, but if your colors were blue and white, this could be perfect for you. And now this is just part of a toilet paper tube. I just clipped off a little bit to expand that band out. I had a couple of those extras hanging around from when I made my stocking caps. Yeah, I guess that's what they'd be in my last video. I'll link that here for you if you're interested in that. The little yarn hats that you can make for ornaments or tiered trays. Okay, I just put a little bit of wax paper down there. You could use any tissue paper, cotton balls, whatever you'd like. I like these hangers and found them at Walmart last year. Aren't they cute? Just with the little swirl. And there it is. Now I'm just taking some of this off of... Oh goodness, I was going to have my other video first to show you. I'm so sorry, I put this one in order first, but you'll be able to see that it's just a long garland with the different ones. I had it last year, used it all throughout the Christmas season, and it's just so much cheaper. It was like, gosh, it's going to say on there, I think it was $9 and something. I also grabbed the cheap garland that's like $2 something, and I used that instead of a bunch of picks. And as you can see, if I would have included all of that, it would have been too bulky, so I just attached it to a skewer. But I will show you in the next DIY where I got this from. And I chose a flocked one, but Walmart has all different types of long garlands, and it's just a more inexpensive way to do it if you make a lot of DIYs for Christmas. This is just some of the berries from Dollar Tree, and I used that, last year. I've used it some for July, but some of these berries, and then I don't waste the wire. I save that because if I want to attach this so that it's a little bit taller, I tend to just clip those off, and see, there's some of that wire. So I'm just going to glue that on, give it a little bit of height, and then I can just hide it within my greenery there. I just love the look of that flocked garland. It's just adorable. I just mixed the sizes there. Actually, I guess I did end up going to just the bigger berries, but you could mix them with the sizes. The one here has a little white spot where it was attached to another one. So I just put a dot of glue, and now I just press some of that greenery on top of it. You'll never see it. I had that little pinecone garland from the Dollar Tree last year, and I just clipped those off, and they work good with that wire just to plunk right down in here. I decided to just put in one, and that was perfect. Isn't this looking cute? Okay, now I'm going to just attach this ribbon. Just making sure I line it up to cover the blue. And what I would suggest and I ended up lifting this up afterwards, is glue it just about 1/4 of an inch in, leaving the flap at the beginning, so that when you come back around, you can put your end here right inside and then fold it down over the top. But here it is. Isn't that adorable? Okay, this is our final DIY. I used the Farm Fresh calendar, and then they have the Farm Fresh Christmas trees there, and I thought it would be cute. This was a sign I got last fall. I really like them because they fit the calendars just about perfect, and they have them at all different seasons. Now, I tried the cling wrap way of attaching this. It didn't work for me. Not sure what I did wrong, but I went back to my trusty glue stick and decided that was fine. Now, here's that garland I was talking about. It's 9 feet long, and I can just sit here and keep clipping off of it. There is the garland that I get from Walmart, and then there's the garland ties from Dollar Tree that I was showing you. But I used that, a good portion of last year, and it will probably last me all this season. So imagine how many picks this would add up to. All right, I'm just going to now cover that little hole where the calendar had it, to hang it up. If you're enjoying these, I do hope that you've given me a thumbs up and you've subscribed. I'd love for you to join my friends and family here. I truly enjoy reading your comments, and I respond to every comment. So let me know, where you saw me, if this is your first time here, or if you're a long time watcher. I'd love to hear from you too. What are you doing this summer? Are you starting some Christmas crafts? I love to interact with you. And also, you can always reach me at craftyhints@gmail.com or on Instagram. I, love to chat with you there too, and you can see different things on Instagram. Here, I'm just wrapping this ribbon around my hand, making a bow. But yeah, reach out, or if you redo something that I did, I would love, and I'll throw it in a video. I would love to see it. And you can email it, you can share it on Instagram. I would love to see what you're making. All right, that was just a little bit of floral wire to hold it in the center. Fluff out that bow a little bit, and then I'll tie ribbon over the center and make my tails. I love some simple DIYs too. So this isn't an expensive one. This is something that you can do quickly, but it'll give you a big bang for your buck. This would be cute, to put on in your entry, maybe with a couple of those Dollar Tree pine trees. Oh, so cute. All right, just getting ready to dovetail these, fold it over and snip it at an angle. I do want to remind you to check out the playlist for the other 3 ladies. I would also suggest subscribing. They're very talented. We do a collab around on the 20th of each month. Sometimes there's more of us, sometimes a couple less, but we try to do it around the 20th if we can. Summer gets busy though. Some of our friends were just a little bit busy. Okay, so fluff this out just a little bit more, And then I'm going to use these pine cones. These were pine cones I cut down and I used the other end in another project. Waste not, want not. But do remember, collect your pine cones now if they're falling and save those for Christmas. Okay, I wanted my bow to sit up a little bit higher, so I'm going to add just a little bit of greenery right over the top of those pine cones. And here we are. Oh, and that ribbon, 50 yards. It was, goodness, so it's 150 feet of, I've got that one and I got white and black. I got that on Amazon also. I'll link that if you'd like it. I think it'll be great for Christmas and other DIYs. Here it is. Have I told you what an amazing person you are? I do want to tell you that I appreciate you and taking the time to spend with me. I look forward to reading your comments, and here's a couple more DIYs you might enjoy.